I'm Dr. Matthew Chambers. I'm the current chair of the Department of Economics, and with me today are some people in a variety of roles throughout the department. I'll just let the panelists go around and sort of take a minute to introduce who they are.
I'm Christine Eifert, the Department Administrative Assistant. We have 26 faculty members in our department. Matthew Chambers is our chair. And what can I say? It's a great place to be.
My name is Jürgen Jung. I'm an associate professor in economics. It's my 11th year at Towson. I teach macroeconomic classes, computational economics classes, statistics, and I do health economics too, which macro and health, that's all the rage right now.
Yeah. Summer?
Hi, I'm Summer Atkinson. I'm a professional development partner in the college. I work in student academic and career services. I am a liaison between the economics department and also the business and analytic technology management department. So I help with advising, career advising. I also do work with our transfer orientation, and I also do FYE advising. And I've been at Towson for over 5 years, but I was also a student at Towson. So I graduated with a business degree in management.
I'm Stephanie. I'm a senior economics major.
All right. So I might as well just go right into it. Just a real big blurb about the program. We're a separate major inside the business. The program is the major itself. It's consists of 36, 37 credits. It's about 12 courses long. It's known to be very flexible with a variety of interests in the university. We have several students who will double major with other programs. They'll tack on optional tracks in the programs. They'll go and do separate honors programs. It's just very flexible and very analytical in nature. It's a problem-solving kind of major. It's meant to gear people towards future roles in a variety of different employment possibilities. I often tell students you can pretty much do anything with an economics major as a business major would want to do, other than perhaps you're not going to be an accountant. You probably don't go straight into a sales job. But generalized business positions are open in the nonprofit sector, government sector, a lot of consulting businesses like economics majors. And so it's pretty flexible in that way. So it's more of and then we also do have a track inside the BUAD program as well for those students who are more geared towards a more pure business.
So Stephanie, while Dr. Chambers is fixing his audio, can you tell our attendees what it's like to be a student at Towson?
Yeah, I've been at Towson for all 4 years, and I've really enjoyed it. I especially like being an economics major because I've had a lot of professors that are really passionate about the field. So.
Right now, I think Stephanie's working towards getting her thesis done.
Yes.
Yes. What are you working on?
I'm working on research with Professor Gitter and another student, and we're working on examining the correlation between access to clean drinking water and children's weight in Malawi.
Here's a question for the panel.
Okay.
What can you do with an economics degree?
Pretty much as I talked about a minute ago, it's fairly flexible. You can go into any variety of disciplines. Like I said, all those non-specific business disciplines. You can also, public sector, public sector, nonprofit sector. We said a lot of our students will end up down in DC working in one of the government institutions down in DC. It's the nice thing about being in Baltimore, fairly close to DC. A lot of them actually will end up at the local finance firms, Morgan Stanley and those kind of places do tend to like to hire our majors.
Daniel has a question. What is the difference in studying economics at a private institution and a public one like Towson?
I think the program itself and specifically, it's probably not a lot different per se. What you're gaining with the institution is more about the size of the institution. There's a lot more resources that kind of come with the size of Towson. So we have, closing on 24,000 students, and with that growth in enrollment of the institution, there's a lot of support structures in place that you may not get at a smaller institution.
Maybe I can chip in here.
So like Summer, like her role, we have the ability to have that kind of staff on hand who can help support students with all sorts of different issues ranging from advising into other positions, other things on the lines is when you go out and get a job and think about career advice, those kind of things. But the scale of the size of the institution allows us to have those kind of things. You're going to say something?
Yeah, I mean, maybe if the question means if you study economics at the small liberal arts college versus us, if that is what is meant by this question, there could be a little bit of a difference in the focus of the program itself. I think our program is a little bit geared towards methods like statistical methods, programming. So we have a little bit of a focus on that, whereas in a liberal arts college, it goes a little bit more into sort of the philosophical aspects sometimes, and is less quantitative driven than our program is. So that could be another difference. I mean, it depends a lot, of course, on the institutions. There's a great variety there, but with us, it's definitely the case that we are, especially in the past couple of years, we're going more towards data science, computer programming, data analytics, statistics, in addition to the economic content, and a little bit, less of the liberal artsy type stuff, which can be an advantage, right, on the job market, because if you can say that you can program, that you have certain abilities with particular statistical softwares, etc., that can give you an edge if you have an economics degree from Towson versus another place. One of the feedbacks that we get from the students that go on to master's degrees and sometimes PhD degrees in economics is that they feel that they have a little bit of a leg up in the first year because of this focus that we have on, methods, statistics, mathematics over some of the other programs. So if you are planning maybe to do a master's in the future, etc., a degree from Towson could give you a leg up there, as opposed to a degree from some small liberal arts college, somewhere.
Another question is, are there opportunities to study abroad?
Yeah. I mean, General University does have an active study abroad program. All kinds of places can go in different disciplines. Inside our own department, in the last few years, we've had people go to Panama. We've had someone else is working on a trip to Japan right now. We have a trip that, unfortunately because of the corona may get delayed, but we were planning on a trip to Botswana. So there's been a variety of different places people go. And
with Spain and England in the past.
Spain and England too. Yeah, England was a while back, but yeah, Spain and England also. So there's been a variety, and those are just ones led by econ instructors, but that's just a sampling of a much larger program across the campus. I mean, I'm just in the process right now of working with a student trying to transfer credits back and forth between here and Trinity College in Dublin, Ireland. And so, so there are all kinds of programs out there for studying abroad at Towson. Oh, common double majors. Oh, the biggest one's political science. That's the most popular double major that we have with economics. There's also people out there who do things. I mean, I've seen anything out there. I've seen foreign languages. I've seen mathematics. I've seen people try to do like accounting. There'll be accounting majors who need to do their 150 credits to get to the CPA, and they tack on the econ major to finish. And we have a lot of people now trying to do. So we have a couple of tracks in our major that are purely optional. The most popular of the two is, of course, the financial track. After the financial crisis, a lot of people had more interest in tying together the economy with the financial markets, and we have several students who choose that optional track along the way. It's a much quicker way to get the financial curriculum under your belt without having to go through all of the business major to get to those classes. It's just a little faster. It's convenient.
What is the size of a typical class, and what's an example of what a class might be like?
So the typical class in the department is in the low 30s or so. It varies quite a bit by, of course, what the topic is and the level. Generally, the classes get smaller in size as you go up from the 200, 300 to 400 level. Even the principal's classes run for a size of school that we are, run at a reasonable size. Towson doesn't really have the infrastructure to run these massively online courses or massive courses face to face. Other state institutions of our size typically run principals at 300-400 students per pop. The biggest we can run them is usually a little over 100, and that's only a couple of sections. There's still several sections that are run at the 40 to 45 for your introductory course, and then mid to low 30s for your upper level stuff. So you get pretty good individualized attention.
Here's another question. What opportunities are there for students to get involved?
You mean like with student orgs, that kind of thing? So there's several student organizations at the university. The department itself has the Econ Society, which is a student-run organization. Every department / program in the college I know has at least one student organization, which is running at this current time. And there's also a variety of opportunities across the campus. Pretty much every college, every major has something. Every group of student type on campus has an organization basically now. And, there's an active Greek system, active athletics programs. So it has all the bells and whistles of a large state institution. And it seems like the number of organizations and opportunities are just growing every year. It's almost hard to keep track of how many different student-sponsored organizations there are on campus. I know some econ students in the last couple of years have been big in driving one for undergraduate research. It's a lot of econ students and science students and those types coming together. And that's one of the newer ones, but fairly small, but pretty new.
Is there any hard and fast advice you would give to an incoming freshman?
As an incoming freshman, advice, get engaged as soon as you get on campus. Don't hide. There's lots of support structure out there for freshmen, right? We have a first-year advising program for all freshmen. We, use the support structures that are available for freshmen when they get here. It can be a big change to go to college, and that, Towson's done a lot to sort of put things in place to let students know, hey, we're here to help you and support you through that first year.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to talk to your professors, especially in the economics department. So if so sometimes freshmen are a little bit, intimidated maybe by the whole setup, but everybody's very approachable in the economics department. And if you have an issue and with anything really, you can, just send an email, make an appointment and talk to us. And we try to help as much as we can.
And I would say as an FYE advisor, make sure you take either micro or macro the first semester and get on your math placement so that you can get into calculus as soon as possible, because you need that for every course in economics. So the sooner you get calculus done, the better off you'll be.
Yeah.
Word.
What about internships? How would a student go about doing that? When would they do it? Would they do it initially, or maybe when they're a senior?
In our department, most of the students who have internships are typically seniors. We're not, the separate econ major is different from the business program. Business program requires every student to have an internship. Economics coming from more of a liberal arts background. makes that choice purely an elective in the major. So you're not required to have an internship as an econ major, but over the years I've noticed there are more and more students taking the opportunity to have an internship. I would say most of the internships that have come across my desk in the last few years have come from financial firms. They typically, have the similar sort of job problem solving and software skills that finance students and econ students share a lot alike. So firms like to do a lot of that. We also have a separate sort of outreach wing of the university, and they have a kind of a regional economic institute in that outreach wing. And they've been taking a lot of our students also as interns. So we'll send several students a year there to internship as well. Typically, these are all your seniors, but it's more so because those students have already gotten through most of the tools classes of the program, so they can go out and apply those tools in the real world.
Is there any kind of tutoring support?
Yeah, I mean, there's the University Tutoring Center, which helps support mostly the lower level things, the principals and stats, those kind of things. There are some also programs that we're running for intermediate level courses, particularly like intermediate microeconomics. We do have an active program with the University Tutoring Center to help engage that. We're also doing some embedded peer tutoring through our stats program. But like I said, like Jürgen just said a minute ago, go to your faculty first. Well, don't immediately run to a tutor. Run to your faculty first for help. That's what they're there for. Go to them.
Daniel has another question. The goal of studying medicine is health. The goal of studying finance is profit. To you all, what is the goal of studying economics?
I'll let the student handle this.
It's to maximize well-being. Welfare. Welfare, I guess. Right. The well-being of people. That's usually what we maximize.
The goal is just like any other social science, right? Try to understand how people make decisions and how they face those decisions in the face of restrictions and limitations that they face, and seeing a problem in the world and trying to figure out a way to solve it given those restrictions and constraints that they face. And it could be on a variety of different things, right? Economics gives you the tools to help solve the problems. You just have to be flexible enough to figure out how to apply them to each problem you face, right? The program's a lot less about memorization than it is about just something, learning some basic tools which can help you solve a variety of problems, right? What was your topic again on your thesis, Stephanie?
What?
What's the topic of your thesis again?
Oh, the correlation between access to clean drinking water and children's weight in Malawi.
Yeah. Okay. In which course did you cover that specific topic?
The one that Professor Gitter teaches, I forget the name, resource economics.
Right. So, but like I said, that kind of problem, it's a very unique problem, very specific problem, but it's nothing you're going to actually probably tackle specifically in a course, right? She's probably pulled together some tools from different courses together and applied to solve a very interesting problem.
What about double majoring? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, we have a lot of that actually.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say the number on top of my head, but there's many students who are double majoring right now in the program.
About how long would it take a student to graduate?
Well, the university requires 120 credits. So that's typically in our program, that's sort of the restriction. The major is fairly short, only 36, 37 credits. And of which of those, you're going to cover 2 of the core requirements already for the university. So you're double dipping twice there. So the issue usually for econ majors is not the major itself stopping them from getting to the credits they need to graduate. It's more about getting it done at the right amount of speed to get to the 120. Because so many people tack on other things, minors, majors, take extra courses in the programming. So it should take 4 years. I mean, then that's because the university requires 120 credits.
And it breaks down to, as long as you take 15 credits a semester, you will get out of there in 4 years.
Yeah.
Because 30 credits your first semester, 30 the second, third, and fourth, 120. There you go. And as Dr. Chambers said, sometimes you do have to take other things in order to reach that 120 credits. I see a lot of students that are doing the economics major do business minor in addition to the financial economics track, and the combination of those will usually get them closer to the 120. So it's all about taking what you want to do and sort of finding out where you can fit what you want to do in what we offer. So we offer a bunch of different concentrations in our college. So if you did the economics, the business major with the economics track, that's one way. But then if you do economics, you can add on all the different minors that we have, or you can go to one of the other majors across campus.
Daniel asks, Stephanie, why did you choose to study economics at Towson?
So when I was deciding on what school to attend, I was deciding between University of Maryland and Towson. And I ultimately chose Towson because I liked that it was smaller and the class sizes were a lot smaller. So it made it easier for me to like get to know my peers and the faculty.
Any last questions from the attendees? And if not, feel free to, I know we just sent a message, feel free to contact the department. Our email address is tuecon@towson.edu, and our phone number is available on our department website under the Towson web.
Yes, if you could remember that, it's 410-704-2959.
All right, thank you for attending.